If you're struggling to grow your biceps, and here are the only 3 bicep exercises that you will ever need to do.
The top 3 best exercises that will get you 80 to 90% of your muscular development. Number 1.
Let the sun illuminate the words that you could not find.
Some of the most basic movements can be exercise. You can be fit doing any old damn thing. Literally. If you're thinking about how to start a movement practice, start with. Beach is mad nice today. I just imagine that if I lived on the beach, I would have a whole different nervous system. Like, it's just so chill. Like, for the most part, it's so chill. Like, right now, this man is trying to get his dog's whiling, but pretty chill, man. Anyway, this is what I really want to talk about. I want to talk about the fitness industry, because I'm a woman on the inside, so I have a lot that I can say, for the positive and the negative, in the fitness industry. But truly, one of my most frustrating things about the fitness industry is the lack of nuance.
Nuance, a subtle distinction or variation, sensibility to, awareness of, or ability to express delicate shadings as of meaning, feeling, or value.
There is very little nuance. Everything is either this or that. It's either my way or the highway. Very black or white. You're either in or you're out. It's not much nuance. There's not much discussion. Hang on. Just look at the water for a second. Like, I'll keep talking, but just look at the water. That's nice. I love the beach. So back to this nuance thing. Everything is or in the fitness industry. Or. There's not much discussion of the ands, you know? All the stuff that exists between this and that. A lot of us spend a little bit too much time talking about the ors between our conceptions of what fitness is or what movement should be. Everyone's got a soapbox on the internet. Everyone's trying to sell you their way, and it's always got to be kind of in contrast to the other ways of thinking. It's just the name of the game. It's just the way the business side of all of this goes. Come here. Yeah, good boy. The thing is, when you're starting out with movement, when you're starting out with fitness, you're going to get overwhelmed by all of the ors. You're going to get overwhelmed because it's going to seem like there's only one version of a way things should be, and yet there's all these versions of one. So which one of them is the best? Which one of them is the right way? What one of them constitutes the ideal way of being fit, the ideal way of moving our bodies? And that's honestly just because we're all influenced, obviously. You know, we've grown up with pictures of what it means to be fit, what it means to move confidently in your body. We have pictures of that. We have models of that exist in the media. We're all consuming those differently, but we're all getting kind of like the same messaging when it comes to the definitions of fitness.
Let's play a quick game together.
I'm gonna count down from 5, and you're going to say out loud the one thing that comes to mind when you hear the word exercise. Okay, ready? Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, what did you say out loud? Maybe you said a word that's like a noun. Maybe you said squats or running, something like that. Just something straight up. Maybe you pictured a person in your mind. Strong man, weightlifter, Serena Williams. Or maybe it was more of an adjective, something to describe a feeling. Maybe you thought to yourself, exciting or hard or painful. The truth of the matter is that whatever it is that you said has to do with how you've been influenced to think about fitness, to think about movement, to think about exercise. And none of us is immune.
The thing about influence is that it doesn't only come from the media that we consume. It comes from lived daily interactions. If you were the kind of kid who had a parent who had that weight rack downstairs and always invited you down to exercise with them, you might have a different feeling about exercise than, say, if you were that kid who got teased in gym class. This analogy isn't straightforward either. If you were the kid of the parent with the weight stack, maybe you found going down to the basement torture every day and tried to avoid it the best you could. If you were the kid who got teased in gym class, maybe that lit a fire in you to prove to your bullies what you could actually do. It's these individual experiences compounded with the popularized depictions of fitness in the media that can sometimes serve to narrow our perceptions of what fitness could possibly be. A byproduct of this can be seen in what I like to call negation trends. This is when all the voices in fitness, like crabs in a barrel, all clamber to be heard by negating each other and canceling each other out. Now, you may have already experienced the frustration that comes along with a negation trend. Say you're following one fitness ideology that maybe 1 month later gets debunked by another fitness ideology. And while there's never anything wrong with going back to the drawing board and challenging each other's ideas, when you're new to fitness, this back and forth can either stop you from starting or even stall your progress.
How many times have you seen something that's like, the 3 only exercises to blah, 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 your blah, blah, blah. The number 1 bulletproof hack for better something random, stronger big toes, whatever it is. Everybody is just trying to find, the way to set themselves apart. Like, I get it. You want the exclusive thing, but if you make it exclusive, it's exclusive. The whole problem is that too many people are excluded in the conversations about fitness, because the pictures that we have in our minds about what fit looks like, what movement should be, these are pictures that are narrow because we've been presented them as narrow. Exclusive is not. That's not what I'm about. Quite the opposite. In fact, I want for everyone to feel like they can do just about anything. The thing is, you can be fit doing any old damn thing. Literally. Leave the squirrel alone. Leave it alone. Come on, keep walking. And I think that sense of capability, I really do think that it's built imagining like the potential of the most basic movement. I think we get caught up in the idea of this 5x5 split or CrossFit only, or be running marathons. Like, we all have this idea of like, I need to be at a certain level to call it what it is. Some of the most basic movements can be exercise. We get so caught up in categorizing. We never want to talk about the interplays, the subtleties between movement, the nuances. I've been doing one of the most basic and the most effective forms of exercise this whole time we've been chatting. And that is walking. If you're thinking about how to start a movement practice, start with walking. I have the privilege of having this little rascal right here, Wendell. Whee! And so he gets me out of the house to walk, sometimes up to like 2 hours a day. I'm not telling you to go out and get a dog. Actually go out and get a dog. Honestly, these things are awesome. I love this guy. Come on, bud. But having a dog built such a strong movement practice of walking for me that when my first dog died, I spent like an entire year just walking 3 times a day, because I just been walking for 3 times a day for like almost 16 years. People are always trying to sleep on walking. People want to start a movement practice and they jump in too deep. They see that narrow picture of fitness and they want to jump to the end result without setting the base first. I empathize with kind of wanting to rush till the end. But if you're trying to start, The end, the end is like all the way over there. You don't have to worry about the end. You're just at the beginning. You can't get to the end without starting at the beginning. The beginning is walking.
With walking, the barrier to entry is low and the benefits are plentiful, which is the ideal combination when it comes to building a sustainable movement practice. You can walk indoors and outdoors, in the sun and in the rain, in the snow, or on fresh green grass. And while doing so, you'll be reducing your risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, cancer. You'll be lowering your blood pressure, reducing stress levels, depression, and anxiety. You'll be helping to lower your LDL or bad cholesterol levels while raising your HDL or good cholesterol levels, while building up your aerobic capacity and maintaining muscle tone, and all for zero cost. Walking is, well, nuanced and serves as an example of how a practice could be both basic and low impact and possibly also be the key to unlocking your future in fitness.
If you want to talk about biohacks, when it comes to movement, one of the most potent biohacks that you can do if you are just starting out with movement is walking.